how when we staple these bigger cracks, look what's happened, someone smashed the front of the caravan. So we're going to have a go at repairing this today. Now, we did a video, one of our weekly update with the tips ready for winter, and one thing was looking for cracks in our panels. Little link will come up to that video now. Now, if you've had a massive disaster with a accident like this, or you've got cracks, actually, if you have a look at the side of this one, we've got cracks in our side panel. So what I'm going to actually show you today is how to have a go at repairing it yourself. Now, if you've got a newer caravan, obviously you're going to probably want to get it done professionally, but if you've got an older caravan like this, it's 2006, it's something that you can have a go at yourself, and it's quite a cheap material wise. It's just then the time and having a go, basically. So we've got a cheap little plastic welder. Now, this basically comes with little staples that go into...
When you say cheap, what sort of price?
Not a clue. Not a clue.
You're talking like 30, 40?
Yeah, I think it was less than 50 quid. Right. If I remember right, but then things have gone up, so we'll put a link in the description. Now, what's happened is that the previous owner on this they've actually fiberglassed in the back of here. Let's have a look, let's show you. Have a look in the back of there if you can with the camera. So they've already reinforced the back. So all that we're actually doing now is cosmetic. The cracks that are on the side, then it's going to be more sort of stopping water getting in, etc. And basically, as I say, we plug this in, and it's nothing expensive. It's not a majorly expensive tool. It's just a cheap Chinese rubbish one, but it does the job. We put our staple into the end, we press the button, little light comes on, that gets hot, and basically what we're going to do is go at the end of the crack first. And we're just going to burn that in. Now, what that does is it sort of bonds the two panels back together once we've gone in deep enough. Obviously, we don't want to go so deep that we just go straight through the side of the panel. But once we've gone in deep enough, give it a second. We'll stop putting the heat on, so I'm not putting any heat on now. Let that just cool down, and off we come. So that effectively now has stapled the crack, and we're going to do that all the way down here, and that is now giving the strength back to the panel, and we'll do the same on the little side ones here. So it's going to stop the crack from cracking, but it's now bonded the two sides of the crack together. So obviously this is different because it's had a repair in the back, which is what I really like. If we're going to do any sort of plastic repairs, normally I like to be able to actually fix from behind, but that's not always the case. But these are very, very strong, and these will actually tie the panel. If you've got a broken clip or something like that, you can actually repair the clips with this, and it's a really good long-lasting repair. It's not something that you're going to do and it's going to last 5 minutes. It will last a long time and outlast probably the plastic. So I'm going to do the same on the crack on the side. Now, this hasn't got any sort of reinforcement behind, so this is actually repairing the proper crack now. And then what I'm going to do is on this one I'm going to go all the way down it. I'll do some of these little ones that are on the side, and then we'll have a look at how that is and then what the next steps of the process are. So I'm now just literally sort of bonding the plastic back together. So I've used a different end now that sort of comes in the little kits with these. I'm just working it along this section here, which is already, it's sort of already got all the protection in from the back, so it's already made it solid. And I'm literally just sort of bonding the two parts of the plastic back together
Because it's only a fine little hairline crack down there, is that why you're using that instead of the staple?
Well, because this has already got all the stability in behind, because it's been fiberglassed behind there, so it's sort of already got the strength in there. So it's not that we're trying to now stop the cracks going and sort of form the cracks back together. It's literally just filling in so that the two parts of the crack are filled in with plastic. And then what we can do then is just work along it, and I'm just preparing it to actually fill it with a plastic filler, and then we can paint that back in. And it's just sort of just filling in the cracks so that there's no gaps there. It's just bonding all the plastic back together so that when we put our filler on, we're not sort of filling a crack in, we're just tidying the panel at the front.
Do you reckon you could use this on some of those shower trays that crack?
Yeah, possibly, but the shower tray,
Wouldn't be that strong once you do
yeah,
it.
it's even thinner than sort of these is the problem. The best bet with the shower tray is the spray seal stuff. Now what we can do is the smaller cracks now, and we're just going to sort of work. So what we can then do is, with where we've put our staples in, same sort of a thing, so we'll break the legs of the staples off. And the beauty of this is that you can see there now how when we staple these bigger cracks that it sort of bonds everything back in, but that staple now is actually giving that panel all the strength. So it's far better than sort of where we've just tried to bond the two pieces by heating it up together like we have here. Actually here this is a lot stronger, and that's really when we've got big cracks like this, we need to put a staple in there, and that will give 10 times more strength. We can literally then just go back over the top and just get it ready, cleaned up. And again there, you can sort of see underneath that now there's no crack, whereas when we just heat and try and sort of work the plastic together, you can actually still see that we've still got a bit of a crack there. So the strength in that part of the crack is very little, whereas where we've put the staple in, the strength now in that part of the crack is 10 times better, which is when when you've got a fairly sizable crack, the best way to actually fix it is with a staple and burning that into the back. I'm going to finish off going over this. We're going to then flat all this back. We're going to then fill it and then get it all ready for paint. So we've got the sort of bases of the repair now complete. So what we're going to do now is try and make it look a little bit prettier. So we're going to flat all of this back, get it to a point where we can actually then use a filler, so a plastic filler back in there, and then we can start getting that finished off and ready for paint. So using a actually 40 grit paper here, just to get it back down